No, I should move the curtain so it's like just right here so your half's all dark. So, hello friends.
Wait! Hello friends. Thank you to whoever posted on Tumblr that they wanted to see this video be created. I'm happy to know that I have a fan. So I guess the topic of this video is how we met.
Can I also do my version of the introduction?
I mean, huh?
So I got an ask. Not someone posted on Tumblr,
Someone
but
posted on Tumblr.
I got an ask. So how did we meet?
Oh yes. I asked you first.
I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember?
You need to tell me.
Okay, so what happened was that it was September 5th. It was the first day of classes. And it was French
Did
class.
We talk
No, we didn't. We did not talk. But I laid eyes on you on the first day. Okay, well technically we like actually started talking to each other the semester after.
Not the semester after.
I know,
Don't
but like
skip ahead.
I mean,
There's
like
a
no,
whole
no, there's a
story.
whole story. Yeah.
We met in French class.
I sat beside her one day and I noticed her pig shoes.
And he complimented them, and I was like, those aren't pigs, they're elephants. But thank you.
And then from there on, we were group partners for most French projects.
Got a variety of methods to talk to me, including not bringing pencils ever, so you could borrow mine, and not doing your homework ever, so you could copy mine before class.
I never copied your homework.
And we went over it together.
We went over it together.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he added me on Facebook. We talked about French homework several times. I was like, why is this guy talking to me on Facebook?
Is that how you felt?
I don't know.
I remember whenever I talked to her on Facebook, it would be like, she would give me one-word answers with no emoji. She would often send, haha. So then I would be like, okay, she's definitely not interested. That's what I was thinking.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But then it reverses roles. It switches roles.
Yeah, you became not interested.
No, that's not.
Okay, so we didn't talk over Christmas break, so it was like, that guy was in my French class. French class is over, whatever. And then next semester, I saw him in my geog class, and I waved, and he didn't wave back. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's not. Okay, that's called framing the story. Okay,
That was my experience.
Because she has a very quiet voice. She claims to have said, Adrian! But really she probably just said,
Adrian?
So that's what happened. I walked right past her. Okay. Go ahead.
So after like a week or two, I was like, I want to sit by someone in this class. So I messaged you. I was like, how do you do on the French exam? Also, you're in my geog class. Why won't you sit by me? So then we started sitting together in geog.
Let's go to you. That's correct. Look, I'm crossing over to the lighter side. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
We studied together. I remember our first actual study together was in the bunker, the anthropology building, and it's this basement. It's old. The chairs are old, and it's a really weird kind of atmosphere. We were alone. It was literally like, I swear, just the two of us in the building. And when I went home that night, I was like, I'm so not interesting, because all I did was complain about Vancouver. I like Vancouver. I don't know. Actually, no, Vancouver's meh. Sports in Vancouver.
Yeah, you complained about sports in Vancouver. Remember
that? We kept on making cookie bets with each other. I lost purposely so that I would be able to buy her cookies.
How about my phone number? I gave you my phone number.
Yes.
Yeah, that was me again. So at some point, from French class, I knew that he worked at Starbucks, because we mentioned it in a group. And I... And I knew what area he lived in. So I looked up and there were only 2 Starbucks there. So I got Bailey to come with me. I was like, we're going on an adventure. We're gonna go find this guy, like, at work. We like, got there and then we were walking around looking for the Starbucks. And I think I texted you and you were like, oh, I'm late for work or something. And we were like, oh no, he's like walking around right now, so what if he sees us? So it was like a Starbucks in a Safeway, so we got there and he wasn't there, so we were walking around the Safeway buying food. And then by the time we went through the checkout, you were at the Starbucks, and I was like, hey.
Do you remember what I served you?
I got a vanilla bean frappuccino. Anyway, he sized up our drinks, and I was like, aw. But then I can't drink a drink that big, but I was like, I need to finish it because he gave it to me.
I was just being dead.
When Bailey first saw you behind the counter, she was like, oh, he's cuter than I thought.
Thanks, Bailey.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, I know.
And then I meet Bailey, and Bailey's like, hey. And it was like a completely normal conversation. And then all of a sudden she goes, I can do this. And she opens her jaw a bunch of times, and then her eye. She did something with her face, but then I'm like, hey, I can do this. And then I just bent my thumb. And then she can do it too. What do you know?
Twins.
And then yeah. And then that's their story of visiting me at work.
That's the weird stalking at work story. Oh, the story's funnier because we have also stalked someone else who we knew worked at a different Starbucks, but that's a different story.
And then in Gia, if you guys have seen one of her videos, it's called I forget what it's called. I want to say it's called You Got This. It's definitely not called You Got This, but it was posted maybe sometime last spring. And then there's a little line that she says, and it's sharing an armrest with a boy, but then he moves his elbow. Rude. And that's because we always shared an armrest in Gia.
No, like that one was yours and this one's mine, and then I was like, but then you were like, you wouldn't use it anymore. And I was like, oh, sorry.
I wouldn't use it anymore?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. I put my arm there, and then you like took yours away. Or like I put it there when yours was gone, and then you never put yours back.
I did not. We definitely shared the armrest.
Yeah, it took a while.
Okay, well I didn't know. I'm sorry. I was respecting your space. It was like the step before holding hands.
Elbow touch.
Yeah, elbow touching. We're 7 minutes in, right?
We're 19 minutes in.
19 minutes? You want to talk about our first date?
Our first date, how did you ask me? Okay, well, we've been texting and talking about, like, ooh, we should go to a movie sometime or something.
I remember texting you. Yeah. Next Friday, do you like ramen?
Yes, let's go for ramen.
And then we went for ramen. And I kept on apologizing because the place was so bum.
It was, like, in a food court of a really small, weird mall, and there was nobody there. And he was just like, this is the best ramen ever. But I've never had it before, but it's supposed to be the best ramen ever. Like, I'm sorry, this is such a weird first date.
Yeah, here's tip number 2. Don't bring your crush to the food court on the first date. Yeah. That's about it for how we met each other.
Yeah, first date and everything. Talked to all my friends about you a lot.
Did you?
Yeah. Like, basically all of your texts I screenshotted and sent to Alicia. And I was like, what does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
Like what? Can you give me an example? Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah. No. You must have remembered at least one of them.
No, I was just like, oh look, this one's cute. Oh look, this one. Does he like me?
You have them all on your phone? Tell me you deleted some of them.
Yeah. Okay, no, I have some screenshots. It was when we were still Facebook messaging. Okay. He says, I've got so many quizzes to do before I sleep. I'll text you tomorrow after class, but I'll leave you for now. Good night. And I said good night. He sent me a little Facebook smiley bunny, and I sent a sleeping cat, and he sent a goodbye and a sleeping bunny. And I said, shh, go do your quizzes. And he said, don't shh me. And he sent me an angry bunny, and I sent him a sad cat. And he said, just kidding, just kidding. And a Hello Kitty hugging a mouse, and I sent a smiley face. And he said, okay, good night. And he sent me another Hello Kitty and a dog sleeping, and then I sent him a waving hand. And that was very cute.
Hold on, yeah, it was very cute. But the waving hand.
I was
Look
like,
at all the emojis that I sent you, and they're all
I
nice,
didn't know.
big, cute
I know
Hello
it was
Kitty.
so cute, but
And
I
then
was
you
like, you're
send
never
me-
gonna
You
leave.
send me a Facebook hand, and it's like that was one of the signs that I thought, okay.
But you know, if I just kept sending you stickers, then you would have kept sending me stickers, and I was like, I want to go to sleep. But this is adorable, but I want to go to sleep.
So that's why you sent a Facebook hand?
I don't know. Maybe I ran out of stickers. You have more stickers than me.
Alright, that's fine. If you want to go to sleep.
The
Like, if
bigger
they say,
the emoji, the more you care.
Yeah, if they say like good night and sweet dreams, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And you just give them the thumbs up. Like not even the big one, just the little tap. Curved. Instantly. But you screenshot. Hold on. Time out. Time out.
What?
Time out.
What?
Time out.
That was just a cute conversation.
You screenshot at 1:19 a.m. You didn't even go to sleep right away. What
Wait, what time? No, it was 1:19.
1:19 a.m. Yeah.
That's what time it was. Wait. Oh, you're right. I stayed up for 2 hours thinking about how cute it was. Okay, I just didn't know what to say. Mr. Noodle doesn't give a darn about you. I do.
That's a good thing on life.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. The battery's gonna die. Keep the Adrian fan mail coming in. He likes that.
I mean, it's Carla's channel. I don't want to. I'm sorry if I take up a lot of Carla's channel, more than you guys would like, but
there's no getting around it. No. Yeah.
I appreciate all the viewers.
Okay. We need
She
to
does
do
too.
homework now.
2 essays due. Oh, look forward to a Whistler ski trip video.
Now I have to film it.
Yeah, that's.
What if I don't want to?
Oh, we're filming it.
Okay. Okay. Bye. Are you gonna help me make the coach?
Okay.
Sit up straight for a second when you're ready. I'll focus it on your face. You're very cute.
Like you can't measure intelligence with numbers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just.
My intelligence is 76.